Joining me now, John Vaillant, author of Fire Weather on the Front Lines of a Burning World. It's good to have you here. Look, you saw rapid change firsthand when you were living in British Columbia. Now people here in the Northeast, people I know in the New York City area are living it too. Is this the new normal?
Well, it's something we can expect a lot more of, Chris. Dry conditions are actually nationwide. We're in the middle of, or coming to the end of a historic year of drought nationwide. And then if you look at the Amazon right now, water levels are at historic lows. If you look at the Mackenzie River in Canada's far north, also historic lows. So there is a drying trend driven by climate change and the heating of the planet that is going to continue. And the Northeast is really showcasing that trend at the moment, but it's going to continue, I think, through the decade and into the future.
There was one example of some of the problems, obviously, that this is causing, the drought. A Christmas tree farmer in Pennsylvania told our affiliate he thinks record dry conditions this year will cause a shortage of Christmas trees for years to come. Again, just one example. But, you know, there were arguments when the whole idea of doing something to address climate change came up. Too much money. Maybe it didn't even exist. But what are the long-term economic impacts we are facing beyond the destructive power of fires?
So we need to look at the bills that these disasters cause. The damage in the Northeast has been mercifully light thus far, but look at the damage of Hurricanes Helene and Milton. We're already, $250 million in damage. The fires in northern Canada have, been in the billions also, and that's a lot for a relatively small country. Then look at Valencia, Spain, inundated repeatedly by devastating floods. So the tabs for these repair costs are absolutely colossal, and I think they will prove to be much greater than early efforts and more timely efforts to try to mitigate the impact of CO2 by decarbonizing as quickly as possible. Those are benefits that we will reap into the future if we can seize the moment.
Yeah, and people have to live somewhere, right? I think more than I've ever heard, certainly on our air, there were people who are in places where, for example, you see repeatedly weather disasters that have destroyed homes, upended their lives. There are tools and databases out there that insurance companies use, right? If people are looking to move, sort of what the risk assessment is. But I wonder if that concept is almost moot now, because those numbers of places where you could face that kind of problem, the numbers are growing. And then where you can get insurance, a lot of people say they're being priced out of it.
What we're seeing now is this kind of terrible real-world, real-time Jenga game where blocks of insurance coverage are being pulled out of parts of the country. And we're especially seeing that on the Gulf Coast and on the Pacific coast, but also in places like New Mexico and fire-prone inland parts of California and the Pacific Northwest. They can't get coverage for fire. State Farm pulled out of California entirely, in terms of covering new builds. So this is really going to impact the economy, right now. And so in terms of investing in reducing this risk, this is the time to do it, because nature is showing us, the insurance industry is showing us that these costs are only going to grow, and it's probably going to be more like exponential growth than gradual growth. So we have all the signs, we have a lot of really good data, and it's clear that we need to cool the planet down and reduce the amount of CO2 and methane that we're injecting into our atmosphere.
Well, the name of the book is Fire Weather on the Front Lines of a Burning World. And I want to thank you so much, John, for being with us at a really critical time. We appreciate you being with us.